Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Harlequin here, and we are moving on to the third Newbie Tuesday game in a row today. Again, I was just been kind of looking through the user-submitted games that I've been getting in my email and just kind of trying to pick out some good ones here just to kind of have something entertaining to watch for today. So a lot of good games out there, and thought we'd just kind of cast them all back to back. By the way, if you're one of the many viewers out there who just kind of stumbles onto these videos through YouTube and you're kind of wondering what's going on, just check out my channel because I have all these videos arranged meticulously into playlists, or perhaps if you're someone who regularly goes to my channel and doesn't know that, click the playlist button. You'll see that everything is grouped together so you don't have to hunt around for part 2 of 3 and stuff like that. So check that out. And by the way, speaking of my channel, once again, you viewers are fantastic and have just showed up in great numbers in terms of subscribing. Currently, HarlequinCasts is the number 5th most subscribed this month for the Gurus category, which is what this channel is classified as. But also, above and beyond that, we are the number 87th most subscribed channel on YouTube this month, period, just across all of YouTube. So humongous thank you to all the subscribers out there. You guys are awesome, showing up in huge numbers, and it's really cool to see a game like Dawn of War 2 Retribution be as popular as some of these other video game channels that are out there, because it is kind of a smaller game, but I love seeing that out there. And if you are one of the many viewers who just kind of regularly views this but never considers subscribing, consider subscribing. You just have to click that little yellow subscribe button on my channel or anywhere, and you don't get any annoying emails or anything like that, but it does show your support. And if you check under your subscriptions, you'll be able to see videos that I've recently posted and stuff like that. So I would highly recommend that. But either way, thank you very much to you guys, and let's go ahead and get this replay started. This game is going to be Space Marines versus Orc. Again, this was a user-submitted Newbie Tuesday game. So, all these people are kind of low skill level-wise, or at least haven't played a lot of 1 versus 1s. Playing today as the Apothecary for the Space Marines, we have Mr. Vincent Atienza. I'm just going to call him Vincent because I will surely butcher that name later on. And up here on the northern side of things, we have the War Boss for the Orcs being commanded by Muho 3. I'll just call him Muho. Why not? That sounds kind of fun here. So looking at their initial build orders, we can see a Tactical Marine Squad just produced by Vincent. That's what I would expect. And a single Shooter Boy Squad coming out right now for Muho here. Shooter Boys are on the field, and let's take a look at his money. I honestly believe that one of the best openings for Orcs is just getting 2 Shooter Boy Squads right off the bat. It's a lot of DPS. You've already got your Slugger Boys taking care of business in terms of melee and capping. I pretty much think you should always go for double Shooter Boys and then move into whatever you want. And I think we'll see throughout this that Muho is just going to have more than enough money to have been able to do that. But we'll see. Pretty much nice conservative capping going on for each player, just grabbing all the points closest to their base first and then moving towards the center. You can see that it's very symmetrical. The only 2 asymmetric points are this power node and this victory point. That of course sways the battle, whoever controls the center there. But things are moving on. You can see Vincent going for power right away, so he's very power hungry here, avoiding building a second unit or anything yet. No second squad of scouts, no second tactical marines, just going straight for power there. So we'll have to see how that's going to work out for him. Still no Shooter Boy Squad for Muho. You can see he's at 500 requisition right now. Definitely has more than enough money to be able to deal with that. Even if he's upgrading power nodes and stuff, he has plenty of enough money there. So I won't harp on that for too much longer, but I still would have liked to have seen that. Here we have the War Boss here slugging away at these scouts. Scouts absolutely want to get out of there. They were able to cap that victory point at the cost of a single model, but however, it doesn't matter. As you can see, they're totally outnumbered at this point in the game. So Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys and War Boss all in the same spot on the battlefield. It's definitely a way to show up in force, but I think it's way better to split your troops up early game. For instance, have these Slugger Boys on the other side of the map right now, at least harassing away at some stuff, trying to cap some things here. You can see that this power node is definitely going to go down. Shooter Boys pounding away at it along with this War Boss here. And it looks like maybe in response to that, Vincent decided to upgrade his second power node, which seems kind of a little loose there. Perhaps he wants to defend that a little bit better, but you can see not having any extra troops right now, it looks like his tactical marines are just kind of stuck way out here capping this victory point. And the Apothecary, who already has the Sanguine Chainsword, which gives him a little bit of lifelink. That's kind of an odd choice early on, but why not? It's good if you're going to be in a lot of melee here. So now we can see the plan for Muho, once again, is getting these Storm Boys out early. Again, he's floating a lot of money. I think he could have spent that better. But the Storm Boy is definitely going to help out here a little bit. Power Node goes down on the left. Slugger Boy is moving in to capture it, and it looks like the War Boss and his Shooter Boys are moving back towards the center here. Still kind of looking for some sort of conflict here just to kind of see how this is all going to play out right now. Vincent, you can see, is at 500 points right now. He really should buy another unit or something at this point in the game, or maybe just more generators. This is kind of a questionable thing. Okay, I'm going to pause this here. So while all that was going on, it looks like he upgraded this Tactical Marine squad with a flame, which to me seems like kind of an odd choice. Obviously, he can take out this power node here, but there are no generators up yet, so he's not really gen bashing. He's just kind of burning a power node. So I'll have to see if he's going to use that any better, but I don't think you should ever snap by a flamethrower on a Tactical Marine squad necessarily. They're pretty good just by themselves, but I don't know. We'll have to see what comes of that. But that's just my quick thoughts right there. And oh no, he doesn't even finish it off. I mean, it was like maybe 1 or 2 shots away from going down, and it said he backed away. If the whole point of getting that flamethrower was to do some damage to that power generator right there, backing away, it really ruined that for him. Now we can see the Storm Boys are just pounding in on top of these Tactical Marines. They're going to be able to do quite a lot of damage there. Hopefully you can see that this Apothecary here is just getting healed by his chainsaw, but no! Oh, he runs back the wrong way. We'll have to see if these Shooter Boys are going to force into melee at all. No, they're just going to shoot away at the Apothecary. Oh well, remember, increased melee damage when retreating. That could have been a good way to kind of pick him off there. I don't think they would have got him, though, no matter what. And way up north, we can see the scouts are kind of spread out very far apart here. Now, this is a real problem for Vincent. Let's take a look at his money. He's got 800 bucks in the bank right now. That's not good. Obviously, he's been focusing on micro. He either needs A, power nodes, or B, another Tactical Marine squad, or C, both. Again, the scouts up here, I think when you cap a point this far back in your opponent's territory, it's sufficient just to decap it and then run away. As you can see now, he's taking so many casualties trying to finish that, and boom, completely taken out here by the War Boss. I think he should have decapped that, got the heck on out of there. Obviously, I'm capped in hindsight here because I know the outcome, but either way, I still think it would have been a better choice just to get away after you decapped it, because you're not going to gain that many resources from having it, and as you can see, he actually lost an entire squad. So at this point in the game, Vincent is down to a single Tactical Marine squad, not looking good at all. However, he's using those flamethrowers okay, and he is engaging these Slugger Boys right now. It's important for Muho to remember that this Apothecary can heal those squads. Oh, and he was a little late on that heal. As you can see, he was healing this Tactical Marine squad, but right after it took a single casualty. Had he been like a half a second quicker with that heal, he would have prevented a unit from being lost from that squad right there. But either way, inflicted a lot of damage on those Slugger Boys who have to retreat away now with 3 out of 6. Massive map control right now for Muho, though, and really it's primarily just a function of the fact that Vincent does not have too many troops on the field right now and has just been kind of spreading them all out everywhere. The Assault Marines on the field, though, these guys are going to do a good job. Oh no, he should have jumped on in with them. Instead, it looks like he just kind of wandered on up there. The Apothecary is still moving on, and perhaps he wasn't even aware that that was going on. But now again, Apothecary needs to heal these troops. Oh god, Apothecary, heal them, and he does not get it in time. Once again, a little too late on that heal. A single Assault Squad member being killed right there. But they're still doing quite a good job here right now. Everybody's taking a lot of damage. This is heavy melee versus heavy melee right now. And we do have the Tactical Marines just burning away. Oh god, the Tactical Marines completely annihilating that shooter squad right there while nobody was looking. Oh, and it looks like he was able to take out all of the Assault Marines. So once again, Vincent is in a really bad position here, but I don't know why these Storm Boys are still in the field right now. They have just a sliver of health. They really should be getting out of there right now instead of being punched by a whole bunch of Tactical Marines, and both sides lose their jump units. So Assault Marines and Storm Boys are down. It's kind of anybody's game now. Muho just lost 2 squads. Vincent just lost 1 squad, but he had earlier lost scouts. Scouts have since been replaced and are now moving around. But we kind of just saw a game reset right there. And now Muho, I think this is the correct choice right now, is going up to Tier 2. He chose to get some Ludas. Okay, I suppose. They're good for support, but honestly, when you're that low, I would rather, again, since the game has just reset, I would rather see 2 more Shooter Boy squads rather than a Luda squad. But again, I tend to value Shooters higher than Ludas, but the Ludas are pretty good. Obviously, with just Tactical Marines and Scouts out there, that suppression will be very useful. Taking a look around, it looks like Vincent's just got 2 power generators up right now. He could really use a 3rd. Taking a look at his money, he can certainly afford it. And he's power hungry right now. He needs to hit Tier 2. Tier 2 well on the way from Muho, though. Muho is not going to see any more units until then, though. So for the time being, this is a perfect opportunity, for Vincent to gain map control. And now we can see the Luda Boys being very useful, suppressing all of these guys as the Slugger Boys charging on in. And now looks like we have, that's probably use your Choppas the War Boss ability right now, increasing the melee damage of all these guys. Could be the Ard Boys ability, though. It's hard to tell. They kind of look very similar. Either way, though, doing a ton of damage right now. Oh, God. The Tactical Marines have to get out of there, and the Apothecary just goes down. So a bunch of bad news there. I mean, honestly, as soon as he walked in here and got suppressed and saw all those guys, he should have just retreated on out. Just go away. He shouldn't have continued to crawl towards those units while suppressed and then tried to engage them in combat after seeing a buff go off on them. Just get out of there. So that was just a bad decision in terms of what to do. Really be very aware when you get suppressed, and it's very, very hard to fight in that kind of situation here. Assault Squad now just kind of standing around, obviously forgotten about. Vincent's probably back at home trying to decide what to build or something to that effect. And now we see the Tier 2 plan from Muho is a Death Dread. Seems a little bit crazy, honestly. It's a fine unit and all of that, but you got to ask yourself, why do you have a Death Dread and a Slugger Boy squad and a Luda squad? Those are all new units out there. And, Beamy Def Gun coming out as well here. I don't think that this is a good choice right now. This is kind of blind technology at this point. He's obviously sitting here. Perhaps he's played a lot of Space Marines that just very quickly get Razorbacks out on the field, and he's just countering Razorbacks without knowing that his opponent hasn't even gone to Tier 2 yet. But I think that that's kind of a weird choice there. Now we can see that the Death Dread moving on out here with the burner bits is going to be putting some pressure on these assault squads. This assault squad really shouldn't be fighting this battle right now. Obviously, you can upgrade them to have melt-a-bombs and stuff like that, and they're really good, but for the time being, you just don't want to fight that. So this Death Dread is pretty much, it's uncountered for the moment, but there's a lot of easy ways that we could be seeing some counters out there. Again, there are melt-a-bombs out there, maybe Tactical Marines with missile launchers. Another good reason why I don't necessarily like seeing this Flamer early on. It hasn't been used that much. Obviously, it's been good in close combat and stuff, but War Boss now firing away here, just kind of chopping left and right. The Beamy Def Gun is up right now, being useless at this point, and as you can see, the Tactical Marines are just going to force melee, charge on in there, and beat the hell out of this Beamy Def Gun. Meanwhile, I believe that the Apothecary is going to do quite a good job against this War Boss because he is life-stealing here with his Sanguine Chainsword. And this is a huge mistake here for Muho. Muho has utterly forgotten about this Beamy Def Gun. After pouring all those resources into it, there's no reason right there to lose out on it. And now, once again, we have Tank Busters on the field also. So this is kind of a real problem here for Muho, is that he's blind teching. He was in such a lead, and now he's just building random units that don't have a lot of purpose on the battlefield right now. The Tank Busters, obviously great at busting tanks and things like tanks, and they can even do a pretty good job at knocking around infantry, but they're really not what the Doctor ordered right now. Honestly, I liked already what he was doing. And maybe he just needs a little bit more familiarity with what's popular and useful amongst Orc players out there. I hate to say that you should just do what the better players are doing already, because that kind of stifles creativity. But and I'm going to pause for a sec. Actually, I don't think there's anything I'm going to miss right now if I just keep talking, so I'm just going to leave that going on. Guys are going back and forth here. But honestly, when you look at the versatility of having just more Shooter-Boys and a War Truck, it's so much more flexible in this situation in terms of what he could be accomplishing. Having this single goofy-looking Dreadnought out there, which is soon to be countered. I mean, obviously it's not countered right now, but it's not really doing a lot of damage. You can see now the Melt-A-Bombs are coming up right now in the Assault Squad. I don't know why this Assault Squad is forcing the issue here. As you can see, it's doing very little damage here to the health of that Death Dread, and they are taking horrific losses right now. That is definitely a bad choice. The Tank Busters should not be firing on here like that. They're probably doing more damage to their own troops than they are doing to the enemy at this point. Maybe we'll see a volley come out of them here. But that was a battle that Vincent did not need to be fighting, and perhaps that just comes with a feel of the game. Perhaps you just need to have a feel for what units counter what units, and piling on that Death Dread right there was not the right choice. So again, this is why these games are really, I think watching games from newer players here who are, they're playing the game well, and from, they're what am I trying to say? They're trying their best to counter each other and building units and stuff like that. And as a result, but constantly making back-to-back mistakes makes for very entertaining play, honestly, because one guy gets an edge and then the other guy gets an edge and that sort of thing. So